Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me on this Sunday, February 9th. I want to bring you a story out of Georgia. It's a very weird story, and I thought I'd bring it to you guys to see what you think and give me your commentary after I relay the information. This story is brought to you by WJCL 22 ABC News. Georgia woman hired man to help her move. Now she's charged with his death. An unhappy customer in Georgia is accused in the death of a man who helped her move out of her home. An unhappy customer in Georgia is accused in the death of a man who helped her move out of her home. Smyrna police said Portia Rainey is tied to a 65-year-old man's death. She is now charged with voluntary manslaughter. Police said Rainey hired Roy Solomon to move her out of her home. She was not happy with the service and didn't pay him. After Solomon returned a U-Haul on South Cobb Drive, officers said Rainey confronted Solomon about a missing key and debit card. Solomon walked across the street to a Subway. That's when police say 3 men who know Rainey confronted him. Subway employees said Solomon then ran toward a Walgreens. Police said the group of men chased after the victim on South Cobb Drive and beat him up. A car hit and killed Solomon as he stood up to get away. That driver stayed and cooperated with investigators. Police said Solomon was on the phone with his daughter, who heard the commotion that led up to his death. According to an arrest warrant made public Wednesday, Rainey picked up the suspects and left the scene. The 3 men accused of assaulting Solomon are still on the run. Police said they are still following up on leads. Rainey is at the Cobb County Jail with no bond. And the article I read last night on AJC, which is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution paper, website or whatever, they were saying in their article that this gentleman, when he went over, I guess, to the Subway, he initially was on the phone, I guess, asking his daughter to send a car service to pick him up. That wasn't mentioned in this information here, but in that Atlanta Journal-Constitution article, it stated that he was talking to his daughter about sending a car ride for him. So I guess while he's there waiting, here comes this lady, Miss Rainey, and her cohorts, and they beat the man up. I guess he's trying to run for his life and gets hit by a car. And I was thinking to myself, my God, what? Passerby hit him, what? But naturally, I guess it was just him getting hit by a random person, because allegedly the 3 people who beat him up, Miss Rainey knew them, and she picked them up from the scene where the beating took place and drove off with them. Those 3 men are still at large. That was stated in the other article, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The 3 men are at large still, and this lady is currently in jail with no bond. This was the craziest story I've seen thus far the past week, and I thought, what kind of mess is this? She accused the man of stealing a key and a debit card. So in your mind, you're wondering, well, what really happened? Is it you were just disgusted with the service? You went to confront him about the service? What key was she talking about? How would he get your debit card? Wouldn't you have your debit card on you? See what I'm saying? That the whole story is fishy as hell. When I saw her mugshot, first thing I thought was, okay, I'm looking at a tattoo above the eyebrow, a tattoo under here, which is nothing wrong with tattoos, but for a young lady, putting tattoos on your face is a bit much, and I just got a bad feeling about this young lady. Although I don't know all the situation or what transpired between she and the mover, but just from her appearances and the version I guess she gave to the authorities about what transpired, it is a very fishy story, because I'm trying to figure out what key was she talking about. Key to what? Her door, her car, the key to the moving van, truck, or whatever. The debit card, how would he have access to your debit card? You wouldn't be foolish enough to have your debit card in your belongings that he moved for you. How does she know this man? That's just something to think about. How does she know this man? That she got to move her belongings. How did they come to know one another? Did they know one another? Was he word of mouth? Was he recommended to her? Because naturally, him driving a U-Haul, 9 times out of 10, they don't have U-Haul hired help. You all know where I'm going with this. So I'm wondering, what was the relationship between she and the 65-year-old man? Was it somebody she knew, or what was he recommended to her? Did she just find some old sap? Not to be disrespectful to him, but you understand what I'm saying. She found somebody who she thought was a sap, and hey, I'll get this guy to move me, and then I'll pay him afterwards. But she didn't want to pay. Either she didn't have the money, or something went wrong with her belongings, or some of her belongings broke. What? He obviously didn't have a car or anyone to come take her things, because they say he left on foot. That's how he ended up getting beat up. To walk to a Subway and a Walgreens. So something is very weird about this situation. This is a very weird story, and I got a feeling something is totally missing from this business transaction between she and the 65-year-old gentleman. When I get an update, I will surely bring it to you. But please check out the information online. It's a very odd tale, because I've never heard of anything this weird. And then the person ends up dead because she gets mad. And of course, in the other article that I told you about in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, she made a point of saying to him, I'm going to go get my brother or somebody. And she actually went and got some people. I don't know who the alleged men are, but obviously they know her. And she went and got somebody, plural, and they came back and confronted this guy, beat him up, and he takes off running for safety and gets hit by a car. And in some states, they will try you for murder because you did something in the commission of the person becoming dead. Now, although there was no weapon that I heard of, but Sugar Mama is in big trouble. Like, share, drop your comments below. I will bring you an update to this story. And until the next video, this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.